first knife I'm going to use today is the chef knife. This knife, as you can see, is very large, and it has great fingerprints for where you can put your fingers to hold it. It's a great guide for novice choppers like me. Today I'm going to chop carrots with my chef knife. And the chef knife's great for things like carrots or onions, anything that you're going to be chopping. And at first I was a little afraid of this knife because it is so large, but once I started using it and used the great finger guides, I felt quite comfortable, and it takes really minimal effort to cut these carrots. I've never quite had such an easy job of cutting carrots before. It's just amazing how nice these knives are. I'm now going to switch to the scalloped bread knife. As you can see, this scalloped knife has a nice scalloped edge and also a little bit of a different design to it. But once again, it has the great finger guides on both sides. Now, keep in mind that the scalloped bread knife's not just for cutting bread. It's great for things that have a sensitive skin to it or don't want to be compressed when cutting, such as tomatoes or cake. So today I'm going to cut tomatoes with my scalloped bread knife. Tomatoes to me are some of the hardest things to cut because the skin always gets in the way and it gets all mangled. But with my scalloped bread knife from Chicago Cutlery, it's like a breeze slicing through tomatoes. I'm barely putting any effort in, and it just slices right through the skin. And you can do different sizes and it doesn't matter, it's easy for all of them. I have baby tomatoes and I have Roma tomatoes, and it slices through like nothing for both of them. The final knife that I received from Chicago Cutlery is the nice little parer knife. And honestly, this is my favorite knife from Chicago Cutlery because it works for so many uses. It's especially great for peeling things like apples, tomatoes, or anything that you want peeled, potatoes, but it also is great for chopping little things up. It still has the great finger guides, and it has a nice sharp blade, but it's so easy to hold, and it's so sharp it just easily slices through anything. Right now with my parer knife, I'm going to cut little white onions that I have. They're so tiny that a different, bigger knife would work too, but it's easier to use this little one. As you can see, it cuts through these onions so easily, and it's so easy to handle. When I need my go-to knife, I reach for this parer knife from Chicago Cutlery. It pretty much does everything. Overall, these knives from Chicago Cutlery are by far the best knives I've ever used or ever owned in my kitchen. They cut so smoothly through everything I've ever tried, and they're so easy to hold. Sometimes knives can scare me in the kitchen, but not anymore with my Chicago Cutlery knives.